Today on WBTV, we're talking about the new mid-chapter update for the new chapter that came out, All Kill Chapter. So there's lots of different updates in here, including some new yummy Coldwind map updates. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so we did not get a map with the last chapter, with the All Kill chapter. And I believe that was from all of the problems that they had last time they tried to release a map, which caused the delays. But now we are seeing in-game graphical rendering images of Coldwind. Now, Dead by Daylight put out a tweet about what if Coldwind was in the daytime. So I'm not sure how I feel about this, but they have now moved all of the Coldwind maps into daytime instead of nighttime, or in the sunset, I think they said it is. I think they look good. They look cool. Definitely.
I mean, I feel like that may have been because it was like, oh, with the darkness and with people stacking fog add-ons or offerings, and then the cornfield, it was too hard for some killers to find survivors. So maybe they're like, with the cornfield being enough vision blocking as it is, we could do the day to make it easier on killers.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, I don't think is the worst idea. And I'm not that worried about the daytime in Coldwind, honestly.
No.
I really love Coldwind. It's such a classic map. And I hope they don't screw it up and ruin it. Like, the specific landmarks, like the pig like barn, where you have like the pig shack and all of them tied up, and you have the old Thompson house. Like, they're so iconic, and like running through the corn is so much fun as well. Like, as a survivor, being able to like literally hide right beside the killer by crouching in the corn.
Yeah. Like I'm not gonna lie, the graphics updates are great, but there is a part of me that still misses like original what's it called? Original Macmillan Estate, like OG Macmillan Estate, because 100%. Macmillan Estate and Coldwind were like the first two maps of the game, so like they had that like OG aspect to them. Anyways, so we have a rendering of the barn, as you can see here. Definitely in daytime. It looks really good, all of the renderings. We have a rendering of the old Thompson house. People are not sure if the layout of this house has changed, because the house does look a little different from the outside. So I'll be interested to see if the layout inside has changed or not. Then we have a rendering of the cow tree. Yeah, the cow tree map. And then finally we have a rendering of the map with the silo that's tipped over on its side. The one map that we don't see here, as Blake said, was the map with the pig. The like the one that has like the pig in that barn thing. We did not get a rendering of that one, but I would think that one would be coming out at the same time.
I think it's called like the storehouse or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it's called. So all of these. You want to hear a good joke from the devs? Here's a new map. Little funny intro here, but I hope it wasn't too corny. You know, that's one thing to be hyped about. Mid-chapter update, getting another graphics update. I was kind of hoping that they would. I really want a new map. Yeah,
it's been so long. Like, these graphic updates are great and all, but like, if I could choose one new map or graphics update, a new map goes so much farther. Like, graphics update, you're gaining a map, sure, but you're also losing an old map.
Yeah.
Right? And honestly, I know Wade hates them, and I don't really like them all that much either. You get new breakable doors on every single graphics update map, so...
Yeah, and see, my problem with breakable doors was they put breakable doors in spots that I've learned for the last 4 years where there's a door.
Yep.
And it literally ruins chases.
Like, they're gonna screw over the Thompson house. I can already foresee it.
Oh, definitely.
The old Thompson house, it already was hard enough to get out of, and the gen was already dangerous enough. You had a window you could jump down from, you had the main stairs that you could go out 2 separate doors, a back door and a front door. Oh, no. Say goodbye, because breakable doors are here.
Yeah. So that's definitely the next update. I'm really hoping that hopefully by the anniversary event, we are done with this graphics update. But that will almost be like a year. We've been doing this for like a year. Like it's a lot, folks.
Yep.
Because they got the...
See, like, an all kill, like, I love what they did with the aesthetic for all kill. A connected killer and a connected survivor, like the K-pop kind of killer, and how he makes music from killing people, and how he's the first, like, identifiably human person as a killer. Like, some of the other killers are human, or were human, but they're not really identifiable as that. So, like, he, like, actually looks human, and he's just, like, a psycho killer. Like, he's like Michael, but he has more of a personality, and his bright color, and his animations, like, he's super fun. And, like, the animation they did for him, and the song they wrote was all so good. So I feel like a map for him would have been incredible.
Yeah, but, I mean, even like the stuff when we got in the custom lobby stream was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that like a new map for all kill would have like definitely been capitalized on. Even a new map for the twins, like I'm sure that probably would have been kind of interesting. It would have had a lot of twinning going on. It would have had like a big house and then a baby house that's coming out of the window.
I feel like if we got a map for the twins, it honestly would have been like a hag Huntress situation, or like a Huntress plague situation. You know how like plague, she got her Temple of Purgation, which was like another thing for like the forest, Redwood Forest. I feel like the twins, like I haven't read their backstory, but like I feel like from what I've heard, they'd fit in the Redwood Forest kind of area.
So next, moving on to a lot of the patches. First of all, killer updates, the Nightmare. So the Nightmare stood out from the crowd with a particularly high kill rate, averaging roughly 3 kills per match, which, I mean, that's nuts.
Jeez, Freddy going ham.
Yeah, so they've made some sweet tweaks to hopefully bring him closer in line with everybody else. First of all, they've decreased his movement speed while placing a snare to 4 meters per second. Previously, there was no speed change, so when he places his traps or his snares, he has a speed change now. The number of snares is reduced from 8 to 5. Likewise, the maximum number of dream pallets that can be placed are reduced from 10 to 7. A handful of add-ons have also been revised. Add-ons which previously reduced action speeds now make variants' actions louder, repairing generators, grunts of pain, and footsteps. Black Box also has a brand new effect. When the exit gate is opened, it is blocked for sleeping survivors for the next 10 seconds. Alarm clocks have also received some tweaks to make their effects clearer and more rewarding. Using an alarm clock will now make you fully immune to sleep, including sleep caused by the killer hit, for the next 30 seconds. So that's kind of good. Like I like adding a bonus for waking yourself up more. Yeah, because before it was like, why would you go to an alarm clock if there's a teammate closer? This effect will now be shown on our new HUD. As your turning sleep timer will have a yellow tick ticking down for 30 seconds. With these changes, we hope to promote more strengthened use of the dream traps rather than placing them constantly during a chase, as well as encouraging survivors to seek out the alarm clocks. We'll monitor his performance closely as we adjust the necessary going forward. So I believe on the PTB, some of these changes helped Freddy. I also believe some of these changes hurt Freddy. So I don't really know if all of these changes are like here to stay. I don't think some of them work too well. But I do like the alarm clock thing. I think that's probably the one that stands out to me the most. Next, Demogorgon. Now, okay, I watched this video about Demogorgon this weekend.
Oh god, I'm scared.
About a guy who placed a portal in basement he had Make Your Choice, and then he had I can't remember the name of the perk, but it like notified you when somebody was close to a hook.
It's one of Huntress's. It's like something predatory.
Yeah.
Something.
So he placed a trap in basement, then he would hook somebody in basement, leave, and then the person would come down in the basement, he would get the notification, he would place a portal, go to basement, they would unhook and get hit by Make Your Choice, and then he would insta-down them and put somebody back on a hook in basement, and it was just a basement chain of nobody could ever escape basement.
Bubba's basement, more like Demo's basement. Like.
Yeah. So their focus on Demogorgon is to give him more mobility with his portals. We've made the following changes to base portals: increase speed while in a portal, reduce cooldown after exiting a portal, and increased undeceivable length from exiting a portal. So,
like undetectable?
Yeah.
Like when he's okay.
So I don't know. This might help Demo a bit.
Yeah, I mean, like Demo's a really cool killer that I don't see played at all. So
that is true. He's one of those killers that like you play and you're like, that was fun, but nobody ever plays him.
Yeah,
Unlike
and he's not
Clown.
a strong killer per se. Like his lunge is very easily jukeable, unlike a pyramid head. Like a pyramid head going up against his like secondary weapon attack is like insanely hard to dodge.
Well, his shred also has a massive cooldown on it too, unlike pyramid head.
The one thing is like shred can destroy pallets, but even so, half the time you can like juke them around the pallets, so they just waste throwing out their shred.
Yeah.
But
they've also added changes to Huntress. They said, we have not changed the Hunter base kit. However, we have done a pass on her add-ons to bring them back to more modern standards. So the Solider's Pallet, a wrap-up taken from a dead soldier, provides protection. The Huntress moves at 4.6 meters when she has no hatchets. And the Iridescent Head inflicts dying upon a victim, caps the maximum carry hatchets at 1 regardless of the effects of her add-ons.
Oh, wait. Did that add-on always cap her hatchets at 1? Or would it keep it at 5 and just make it hit a dying survivor?
Yeah, I think it kept it at 5, but it just made it hit a dying survivor.
I like that pink so much more because, like, I don't remember the last time I versed the Huntress without a pink add-on on.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, like, they're doing a lot of things with pinks now, like what they did with Mori, where they're kind of making them like, yeah, they're really powerful, but you can only use them like once, or they're not as OP as they used to be.
It's not like, hey, put this on, you win the game. No, it's like, this is broken, but it has some drawback, which I think is very, very smart and a better way to do it.
Yeah,
so.
It makes a lot more sense. Next, the twins, folks. The twins are getting their own map. No.
Good one.
So we got an increased cooldown after successfully downing a survivor with Victor from 3 to 5 seconds. Camera control is now immediately restored while taking control of Charlotte. Silencing Cloth, increased undetectable duration for 20 seconds upon taking control of Charlotte. And Iridescent Pendant, increased exposed duration to 30 seconds when a survivor crushes an idle Victor. Yeah, pretty much all
buffs to make the twins more viable.
Yeah, so I'll be interested to see if that helps the game.
I mean, it doesn't look like anything extremely noticeable, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, you're quicker with some things, and you're undetectable for longer, and the cooldown to get Victor back is shorter, right?
Yeah.
So it's just, you can set up shop, and, like, move a lot I don't know. I mean, like, I still think twins are going to be like one of those weak killers like Freddy, where they're not going to be strong until they get a full rework.
Yeah.
Like, I could see that happening down the road. Like, a year and a half down the road, twins get a full rework like Freddy did.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah. So, they've done a couple... there's a whole bunch of different changes to perks. I guess we'll talk about borrowed time because that's the biggest one. So, to remove some confusing incidences with how borrowed time interacts with some killers and the obvious status effects, we have removed the terror radius condition to the perk. So it's now comprehensive. So we've reduced the duration of the endurance effect from 8, 10, or 12 seconds respectively. So pretty much now borrowed time works with Michael and any killer who has a concealed.
Oh, wait. Okay, so when you explained this to me, you said you didn't even need the perk borrowed time.
No. So they've just given borrowed time to like every killer. So even if you have a concealed terror radius, you're good.
You mean like it would work? Yeah, you're saying it works on every killer now because they removed the terror radius status, which I think is awesome. Yeah, honestly,
definitely.
Like, not having to worry about the killer being in the terror radius. Like, it'll still work in the terror radius, but like, say a killer is like searching for other survivors and survivors are playing smart and hiding, it'll punish the killer for trying to come back to hook for their only lead. Yeah. So again, it discourages tunneling and face camping even more. Yeah. So I think that's good. And it doesn't make the perk stronger, right?
No, like, I don't really think it does.
Yeah.
Like for the only like 2 or 3 killers that you're not gonna, it doesn't really make that big of a difference.
Like only a killer that would be like using monitor and abuse, or like a killer using insidious face camping, right? Yeah. Because I guess if they're insidious, technically their terror radius is 0, so you can't really get a borrow time on them. But now it kind of like counters those. Like it'll counter a hiding ghost face or a Michael with monitor and abuse, or like a death slinger with monitor and abuse. So, yeah.
So, last couple things, we have a miscellaneous balances with toolboxes. The chances to receive a skill check while using a toolbox has been increased. Love it. Change the makes of toolboxes feel more interactive while they're still in use. This is not totally because of the lead designer had a skill check change, but they got unlucky 3 matches in a row. Hatchets, another small tweak. We have decreased the time that our hatch is. We have decreased the time that the hatch remains open after a key from 30 seconds to 10 seconds. We learned this the hard way the other day. When we were playing
I didn't realize hatch closed after you open it with a key. We were all trolling like, okay, we're going to the hatch, and then hatch closed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Once hatch closes after the 10 seconds, if it is not click shut, the endgame collapse will not start. Please note that this is not the final change to keys we'll be receiving. We'll share more info about keys as soon as we can.
Oh, that's interesting. Making keys less toxic?
I always thought that keys should be able to open a door.
Like keys can open unbreakable doors. Instead of a flashlight being able to bash down the door with the back of it, the tiny key, you poke the wooden door and it shatters. Like,
No, I always thought like keys should be able to open like an exit gate like faster than if you pulled the thing. I always thought that would be kind of like not that bad.
Pretty sure that at a time, like it says keys can open up black locks. So like on the game, a part of me feels like you could open doors, like the lock, like not wooden doors like before on the old game. They're like metal doors before you like powered the gens and the things popped up. So like sometimes you had to go all the way around to get to a gen, but if you had a key, you could open up like a black lock metal door. But maybe that's just my imagination. I don't know.
Yeah, so. I mean that would have been cool and kind of made sense.
But it's only on one map. It only affects one map. There's no other map with like metal doors really on it. Yeah. Besides Larry's, I guess. Larry's.
HUD update. They've changed some more things to the HUD. The Doctor's Madness meter is a lot easier to see the difference between the different levels of madness. The Nightmare's Dream World effect and Sleep Timer are being changed. The Plague's Infection meter is being changed. The Stock meters and Ghostface mark are also being changed. Additionally, we've adjusted the survival portrayals so that they no longer obstruct from the bottom lower power indicators. And then the struggle update, folks. This was kind of like out of nowhere, and
I mean, I think it's cool.
It's cool. So an ongoing effort to prove inaccessibility, we've changed struggling works for the PTB. Rather than needing to mash a button, survivors in their second hook stage will now receive occasional skill checks. The success zones are fairly large, as we're not looking to make struggle more difficult or deadly at this time. Missing one of those skill checks will remove a chunk of your struggle meter. If you do not attempt to hit 2 consecutive skill checks, you will immediately be sacrificed. As you receive skill checks, your struggle meter will gradually decrease at the same rate as it did before. Your goal with this change is to make struggling more accessible to players with repetitive strain industries that can't keep struggling as an interactive mechanic. I don't mind this, but I almost kind of wish that they had it that you could pick which one. Because I'm not great at skill checks. And if you fail 2 skill checks in a row and you're dead, I would rather do the button mash.
I'm pretty sure it's like gonna be like, you know, like autodidact. Have you ever used the perk autodidact? It has like a huge skill check that's literally almost like 1/3 of the circle.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're probably planning on doing, because they said they're fairly large, because they don't want them to be hard. They just want them to be more interactive. Like instead of spamming spacebar, spamming A, and shredding your thumb or your fingers. Like now it's just you get to chill, and it's more interactive. You have to watch for a skill check, because like I know when I've been like playing solo, I'll have like a YouTube video on sometimes, and like I'll literally, when I'm struggling, I'll look away from the TV and look down to like a phone or a laptop to watch a YouTube video, because it's so uninteractive. It's just spam click this button. Like,
well, so, I mean, also I always find if I haven't played Dead by in like a week or two, and then I gotta struggle, I'm like, oh boys, the thumb hurts. The thumb hurts. Well, we'll have to see how it works. I mean, like, I never really. It's basically just Pyramid Head being sent to the cage. But
instead of them getting progressively smaller, they stay large the entire time.
Yeah.
So they still have that distinction between the cage and the getting regularly hooked. Because if they were the same as the cage, I'd be like, what's the point of sending them to the cage then? Like, the cage is more of a punishment because it's harder to stay alive in the cage.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the mid-chapter update. We will be talking about the new contract killers and stuff in a different video, I think, because this video is pretty long. So thank you guys for watching this episode of WBTV. Thank you guys for coming back. We're back again. We're hopefully here to stay this time. You know, things have just been busy, but hopefully they should get a little bit better. So thank you guys for watching this episode of WBTV. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Share it with the guy at Fresh Call. And like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching WBTV. If you want to see more videos like this one, click the video on the right. If you want to see skits, click the video on the left. And make sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss a single video.